Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TechTrader.com. It's May the 16th, Tuesday. These are the charts of the day. As you can see from the charts in front of you, on the 5-minute chart in particular, they started out with a pop, a pullback, a nice run to new highs, and then an orderly retrace looking something like this. This is on the NASDAQ 100. The S&P looked differently because it came down hard, and when it rallied, similarly to the NASDAQ 100 here, this rally made a new high. This rally fell short. And then they pulled back in a very shallow manner on the NASDAQ 100, much deeper on the S&P. At the end of the day, they rallied to new highs and spiked up to new all-time highs, 57.24 on the NASDAQ 100. You can see we're right at the peak. The S&P 500, however, is not through 24.05 yet. That comes in around, right about there. So we need to to confirm this and to continue the rally, we need to get up through the 24.05 range to get the S&P moving a little bit better, because it is right now negatively diverging, or at least not confirming. So let's keep our eye on the ball on that one. Let's go over the charts that matter today. Well, AKAO, one of our favorite swings from back in December when it popped and pulled back, then went from 12.13 range and doubled, has gone through a 2-month coil. Now today in particular, it popped $1.56 or 6.5%. Buying picked up, but not enough. 526,000 is good, but not great. I suspect we'll see a couple, 3 million if the stock gets going. So keep an eye on this level first. That's about the 26 area, 26.25, and then we have the high at 27.75. So that zone, if taken out, could lead to high 30s. And there's 6.4 days to cover short on AKAO. Akebia with a big day today. Now, I know some people in the room were disappointed with the result of the day trade, because if you take a look at it, you'll see it popped up and pulled back and then had a nice little pop there, but couldn't get to the high, and then drifted down the rest of the day, stopping out or taking out some people. But on a daily basis, this is a massive major breakaway gap on 6.7 million. It's nothing to sneeze at. Now, it wasn't as big as it was back here, but I got to tell you that, and it did get up to resistance. Let's go back a little bit. On the weekly chart, you'll see there is some resistance going through here. But I will tell you that if this can and might extend towards 18, and that's my swing target. I'm a believer that this stock, if it doesn't get down underneath today's low, in other words, if it holds 1468.70 tomorrow and starts to move up again, it could still accelerate to the 17-18 range. But there's always the possibility that it comes down and retests that in that zone, as low as 14. So 1465 and 14 are your support levels right now going forward, and your resistance is obviously today's high around 1590, and then we're looking at 18 as a trade. BlackBerry, well, I got to tell you, we noticed BlackBerry a week ago when it popped, or a month ago, excuse me, when it popped and then popped again and pulled back, and that was really where the trade was, right there. Almost put it out there. It was very close to giving a swing out. Unfortunately, did not. At 865, and here it is, over 10 today, 1041. Now, today was a big pop, and it traded almost 20 million shares. So I suspect we may be beginning a bigger move as it took out the 52-week highs, and now maybe headed up towards this area up here around, let's call it 12.5, 13 zone. That would be my target area for this one. BZUN. Well, new all-time highs for Beozun after it went public about a year and a half ago. The breakout came a week ago when it popped through here and then pulled back for a couple of days, only to accelerate again today up to 92 or 14.7% on the biggest volume I've ever seen in the stock, 4.7 million nearly. Now, does that mean it's done? Well, maybe not. My target was 25. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me to see high 20s. 3D Systems and that whole group is moving, but I got to tell you, I'm a little concerned about the short-term extension. 3D's gone from 1481 to 2342. That's $9 nearly. And when you get that big a move at about 8 days in a row, you got to be careful about a pullback. As a matter of fact, there's the possibility that we can see an extension that takes this puppy all the way back up to this area here where the target comes in around 26. But I would prefer to see a pullback consolidation near 20 before it goes up there. If it does get up in that zone, then we'll watch for the pullback. Either way, it looks strong with 15 days to cover. The short squeeze is on. EDU and TAL, both of these stocks had big days today. I'm just going to highlight this one for now. You can see that this stock jumped 491 or 7%, 2.1 million. But on a long-term basis over the last year and a half, this is a rising channel connecting all the tops. We're right at the top here. And since it's just had a run for 5 days in a row, which took it from this little pullback falling wedge of 63 and change, all the way up to today's high at 76, 13 points in 5 sessions. Although the momentum is strong and it might accelerate near 80, maybe even tomorrow, I'd be careful about pullbacks on this. Etsy with a big day today, and perhaps it broke out. If you take a look at it this way, I'm looking at that as your climbing channel in here and there. So for me, what it did is a 1, 2, 3 wave corrective, moved up and then blowout today. I'm expecting a run up to 16 and then 18 as my targets. There's 5 days to cover on Etsy. I don't think it's done yet. Again, 16, 18, and down the road, maybe 21. IMGN looking great. Today was a nice inside day, but a positive one, up 30 cents or 6.5%. 3.3 million traded, 3.4 actually. I think it's going higher. I think you're going to see the stock at 6 short term. There's almost 6 days to cover. You may see 7, somewhere up in that 6.5 range, probably. Lumber liquidators continues its surge, and just in the last week and a half, it's gone from a spike low of 19.5 to today's high, nearly 27. Big move, about 50, 60%. It is a little extended short term, like most stocks are, but this one here has momentum that it could get up near 30, 29.5, 30 range. 5.5 days to cover on that as well. Swing trade MLCO extending now, jumping up to as high as 22.94 today. We originally gave you that in the breakout here around 18.19, so it's moving nicely. And for me, I'm expecting to see the juxtaposition of these lines up near here. If it does get through the top of the channel, which right now has some resistance here, and that's why I backed off, then we could see 25 or 6 pretty quickly. Ultimately, 28 would be probably a good swing trade with 4.1 days to cover. Momo is phenomenal. It really is a solid looking stock. Yesterday broke, 2 days ago, broke out on Thursday, stalled Friday. Today it popped. Quite frankly, I'm looking for 53, 54 short term. That's about 10 more points. Major Robotics with a nice snapback. Look, you notice how it pulls back to support, bounces, bounces, bounces. Well, it pulled back to the prior high and then reversed today from 38 and change to 42 and change, closing at 41.42 up 197, 5%. Line picked up on the way up. Your resistance obviously now is 44, but my target is going to be 49.50 right now. Little PIRS, I'm going to show you the chart. It's a nice base breakout wedge, then a pop coil, and then a pop wedge. Another little wedge, and today broke out again, up 7%, 2.5 million shares. I want to point out that this is a big area of resistance near the all-time highs. If PIRS takes out 440, this stock could go vertical to 6 or 7. Something to keep an eye on. 5.5 days to cover that one. Swing trade Qorvo, nice snapback this week. If you take a look at how well support held in here, you'll see that after test, and test over a 2-3 month period, it exploded in the last week, going from 66 to 75. And at this point, although I had a target of 77 to 78, it looks to me like you can make it up to the high 80s. There's 8.5 days to cover, short on that one. Chinese stocks did great today. Look at Sina Go, up 15 points or it's almost 18%, 10.6 million. That's on a breakaway day. So for me, although it is at the top of the longer term channel, I think that channel is going to accelerate and change angles to look something like this perhaps, giving me a target about 115, 118. Sequans, a little low price tech, Sequans had a beautiful rising channel, popped to the top of that accelerated channel, pulled back for 4 days, and popped again today. I'm looking for 450, 60, maybe 5 short term. STKL, as pointed out by Stevie, looks great. A long-term left shoulder ahead and a right shoulder complex with a rising channel. The breakout occurred over 8 recently. It's gone right to 9, 9.15. Love to see a pullback set up because I think we're going to see 10 and 11.5, 12. 7.7 days to cover short on STKL. Vive accelerating. This has now gone from 20 to 60. And tripled here over the last year. And yet, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, 2, this looks like 1 and 2 and 3. Even if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I don't think the 5th wave is finished, and we're looking for near 70. 8.5 days to cover on that beauty. And our old swing Weibo just keeps giving. This is now a year since I gave you the first swing. It has just ripped from the low 20s to near 80, 79.26 high today. My target was right here. So at this point, we have to ask ourselves, is it a little bit short-term overbought? The answer is yes. But can it extend? Likely. There is a mid-channel line right there that I drew, and we just hit that today. So if it backs and fills and consolidates, that'd be great for a setup to take 100, 120 into consideration. 7.5 days to cover that. And finally, Wi-Fi, which I believe is in a beautiful rising channel and still going, has a chance after this little pullback wedge of making a move up towards 18, 19 short term. And folks, that's it for tonight. You guys have a good evening, and let's make some money tomorrow. Good night.